Previously on Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, we witnessed Lila's presence deep within Blackwood Manor's ancient library under a tense and steady gaze towards her spectral companion. Meanwhile, Kym Mûryer moved silently through the narrow passageways of sanctuary, the Agena once place shrouded in an ethereal veil that seemed almost tangible. Suddenly, without any warning, as if by magic or some force unseen, everything began shifting around them like a dream woven deeply within their being's very essence. Books fell off ancient shelves with nearly silent hissing sounds. Pages fluttered open to reveal hidden secrets lurking beneath the layers of silence and shadow. The architecture itself started cracking under its own weight, a library no longer safe from reality's whimsical embrace. Lila, now more attuned than ever before through her connection to Lila's spectral form within Blackwood Manor's labyrinthine depths, began seeing not just shadows, but glimpses through every doorway that could still hold. She saw a convergence approaching closer with each passing moment, as if an unseen hand was orchestrating the very fabric of reality itself. Meanwhile, Kym Mûryer approached the sanctuary, once again a place shrouded in ethereal veils, almost tangible and yet impossible to grasp entirely within his current state. His glow softly illuminated by some silent incantation pushed back what lay beyond each shadowy boundary. He crossed into the unknown realm of whispers echoing through forgotten spaces. In that moment, Lila's grip tightened around her blade as she stood vigilant in Blackwood Manor's ageless library, eyes locked onto Kym Mûryer once again. Her connection to him grew stronger with every passing second. A convergence was forming, a bridge between them both, now more tangible than ever before through the shifting architecture of reality itself. Outside, the sanctuary remained shrouded and unseen by Lila's spectral form, as if in an embrace designed for eternity. It seemed almost palpable yet unreachable. Kym Mûryer moved with purpose towards this ethereal veil, eyes fixed on what lay beyond his current grasp. But within the realm he could sense through hidden whispers echoing ever deeper into these ageless, noiseless halls. The air was thick and charged. Time itself stretched thin like a spiderweb across every door frame that still held firm. Lila's presence became more acutely present in Blackwood Manor's library, the very essence of their connection drawing her closer to where the sanctuary resided within the shifting architecture, a convergence she could not ignore, but also couldn't fully comprehend. The open plot threads now intertwined with greater urgency. ***, blue box origin ***, what truly was this thing that seemed both reality and nightmare? As Lila's gaze shifted back towards Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, noiseless conversation began anew through their shared connection. What secrets did they hold within the very depths of obsidian, shadows woven deep into every page she now traced with precision? The air shimmered again under an unseen force. An incantation might have been muttered in another realm that pushed Lila further away from Blackwood Manor's ageless library as she watched Kym Mûryer's glow fade until nothing remained but the ethereal veil whispering secrets once more. Meanwhile, Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo found himself at crossroads, his journey towards the sanctuary of echoes now clear in his mind, yet fraught with an unseen threat lurking just beyond what he could see. The air around him rippled like water reflecting a moonless night sky full of stars that seemed to watch over this ageless battle for truth and memory. Lila's spectral form remained anchored by the library as she watched through shifting realities towards Kym Mûryer, who now moved silently out into unknown territories beyond the sanctuary. Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo, his connection strained yet unbreakable with every passing second. He knew what must be done to uncover these secrets concealed profound within Blackwood Manor and the very fabric of reality itself. Lila's presence seemed more tangible than ever before, a convergence between them drawing closer through shifting shadows as they both faced an unseen threat lurking in those depths. As Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo moved towards the sanctuary, his connection to Kym Mûryer grew stronger with every step he took into the unknown. What secrets did these beings hold within their very being? Were they concealed in realms and forgotten memories waiting just beyond what they could see, or were only shadows of a greater truth yet undiscovered? The air around him rippled like water reflecting stars in moonless night, a convergence drawing closer between Lila's spectral form under Blackwood Manor's ageless library and Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo at the brink. What truths awaited them beyond what they could see? And how much of themselves were lost to these forgotten realms? Truths only those who dare enter would truly comprehend. What secrets did Kym Mûryer's ethereal form whisper through Lila's spectral presence in Blackwood Manor's ageless library, and with Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo standing at the threshold towards the sanctuary of echoes? A convergence awaited them both, a truth hid profound deep within reality itself, yet impossible to grasp until they dared venture beyond what lay just outside their current shadowy embrace, profound and deep into Obsidius Nyxofcuckoo's being. A subtle shift had occurred, unseen and unforeseen by anyone except himself or his most intimate allies such as Lila. Then suddenly and without any warning, the air shimmered under the soft moonlight that filtered through gaps in black velvet curtains at Blackwood Manor's ageless library. It felt almost like an incantation from some long-abandoned ritual, but this one did not feel old. It was fresh. The room began to shift as if a cosmic dance were unfolding within its boundaries. Books started falling off the shelves with such quiet hisses that they might have been ignored under normal circumstances. Pages fluttered open, revealing concealed hidden secrets and layers of lore beneath their familiar surfaces, each page telling stories unspoken until now, stories woven through time itself. Lila's eyes widened in recognition as she studied these new revelations on her maps of shadows spread across the floor. Ageless symbols were illuminated by flickering moonlight that seemed to hold more power than normal. She explained with a mixture of amazement and curiosity, "It appears our world is far richer indeed, with histories yet untold." The room swayed slightly, as if pulled into some kind of dimensional rift, blackness creeping in corners where light should have shone. Reality itself seemed to be unraveling. Obsidius looked around the library with a mix of dread and fascination, realizing that he was not just navigating shadows anymore, but delving deeper into unknown territories. Lila appeared ghostly from their bond, a spectral figure whose essence had always anchored them in this particular plane, but her presence now felt different than before, more insistent. She whispered softly to him as she moved silently between the shelves and maps, "We need a map of these dimensions or else we may be lost." Her eyes held a hint both fear and resolve, with each flicker on their walls depicting ageless realities where shadows might hide true dangers or conceal it is hidden by time itself. Kym Mûryer's shadow loomed ever larger in the background. His presence never truly disappeared, merely now entwined more deeply within Obsidius' psyche like a dark strand of DNA that could not be ignored. Obsidian and blood stained the air as if from forgotten times. This place was both sanctuary for those who sought to escape reality's harsher confines or prison, where every door into alternate realms also offered entryway to forces unseen, unheard. The blue box itself shuddered violently, seemed it too had secrets of its own that were about to be unveiled. In the midst of this turmoil and transformation, Lila spoke with a voice tinged by urgency as she turned toward him again. "This moment may define us all, or we will lose what little hold on reality might exist. Remember Blackwood Manor's past." Her eyes glittering under moonlight, they were both part ghost, now trapped or liberated, depending who was speaking truth to madness. Obsidius nodded his head in acknowledgement, and slowly the library seemed preparing for something else entirely. New doors into unknown dimensions, where shadows danced, challenged or embraced by a realm as dark yet wondrously alive with secrets waiting discovery. He knew Lila's words were true. This moment could define their fates, or condemn them all to realms beyond human understanding. The blue box continued its violent tremors, shifting and warping space in an attempt not only to reveal, but contain the chaos it harbored inside itself, a container of forces ageless yet pulsing with power unimagined. For Lila's words were right. This moment could indeed define their existence, or condemn them all